Well, guys, this is Crypto with James talking to you today about one of the biggest losers in the crypto space for the past sort of year, really. You know, a huge DeFi protocol, and I want to see, can it get back to its all-time highs? Is there potential? Because we're looking at an 18x back to its all-time highs if it can do it. And it's one of the biggest DeFi projects in the space. It was one of the earliest as well. So pay attention, because if it can, massive gains there. Before I get into that, I update the spreadsheet. Now, if you're new to the channel, these are the first 26 coins that I actually spoke about on the channel. They're the first 26 coins I actually held after the 2018 crash. Had you invested $100 into each of these coins when I released videos about them, and you were still holding them, you'd have been in profit for $10,200. And that's if you just bought them and did nothing. If, however, you'd sold them when the markets were riding high, you would have been in profit for 123 grand. That's the difference between cashing out at the right time and the wrong time. Now, all of these coins, like I say, they were some of my first holdings. They were the coins I found in the bear cycle. Phantom tops the list. I said it would 100x, did a Udemy course. Now, right now, obviously, I'm buying up cryptos because it's the bear cycle. If you want to see the coins I'm buying up, come check out Copy My Crypto. It's where I share everything I'm doing. Guys, fundamentally, if you want to make these gains, you can copy exactly what I'm doing. I'm going to be sharing the coins that I think that I'm buying, the ones I think can do the massive gains. And when I find the next Phantom, I'm not going to make a Udemy course. I'm going to spend hours developing a course. I'm going to just tell the members. So if you want to know what the next 100x coin is going to be, you're going to want to get to the site and check it out. Like I say, read the site, and if it resonates with you guys, I look forward to seeing you there. Compound, one of the biggest losers in the crypto space. Look at its all-time high compared to where it is now. And that's not even that accurate. I think its all-time high was $910. So it's 18 times lower. And I want to take a look at what's happened with Compound, because obviously it hit that peak in sort of May of 2021, rallied back to about $500 in sort of the September of 2021, and then just continued to capitulate. It's actually lower now than when it opened. So let's have a look at what Compound is. So first of all, Compound is a DeFi protocol. It's a borrowing and lending protocol. Now, this is Compound 2. To be fair, they have since upgraded to Compound 3. So I'm going to show you what Compound 3 actually is now. And here it is. So Compound 3. So this is just USDC collateral that they're showing right here, which is total collateral versus total borrowing. So what you can see based on the dollar is, you know, you can earn 5.68%. You can borrow for 6.22%. And there's a borrow distribution phase of 22.69%, sorry. They also run through what the collaterals are required, the collateral factors that are required, the liquidation factors that are required, and liquidation penalties. And they also have an oracle price that obviously distributes the price of the relevant tokens. Now, what they've done since upgrading, so Compound 3 is live, streamlined version of the protocol. The emphasis is on security, capital efficiency, and user experience. And they're saying for borrowers, it's going to be a game changer. So in this version, collateral remains your property. Nobody else can borrow or withdraw it, so it's safer. And while you won't earn interest on your collateral, you'll be able to borrow more with less risk of liquidation and lower liquidation penalties while spending much less on gas. The upgrade includes advanced account management tools for developers that enable stunning new UX patterns and applications to be built on top of the protocol, like the starter interface. The first Compound 3 market allows you to borrow USDC using Ethereum, wrap Bitcoin, link Uniswap and Compound as collateral. Over time, the protocol will, of course, support more assets on more blockchains by design. Compound 3 is going to be easier to configure and govern. This wouldn't be possible without the incredible Compound community. Governance manages the deployed Compound 3 market, all future deployments, and the license to the Compound 3 codebase. So this is a really strong step in the right direction for Compound. Now, the issue that Compound have, when you look against like other lending protocols, like it's absolutely tanked in price compared to like even Aave hasn't tanked in price like to the extent that Compound has. But Compound have had difficulties, you know. In September, or the back end of September, you know, there was an announcement about Compound overpaying millions in Compound rewards in an exploit. So basically, some funky business happened on Comp, which was a possible rug pull in the Compound Finance Controller. So what ended up happening is Compound acknowledged what happened. They did a proposal that passed regarding the unusual activity. No supplied/borrowed funds were at risk. Compound Labs and members of the community were investigating. But basically, the founder said that at worst, only 280,000 comp tokens were at risk of being erroneously claimed. He also noted that there are no admin controls or community tools to disable the comp distribution. Any changes to the protocol require a 7-day governance process. We did end up seeing that shortly after he tweeted out, there were 91,000 comp tokens that were worth $27 million were claimed by a single person. The user appeared to have supplied $0 in crypto assets to the platform, paid $154.77 in gas fees to swoop $27 million. The same wallet then swapped 140,000 in comp for USDC via Uniswap. Obviously, the price of Compound tanked thereafter from $334 down to $290, which, you know, to be fair, is only about 10% drop, so it's not a huge tanking. And this, unfortunately, is something that we've seen happen in the DeFi space, like an exploit that occurs. And the FBI put out warnings about issues within DeFi a number of times about this. Now, Comp 3 hopefully is going to be a game changer. Robert Leshner actually put out, look, in this pooled risk model, collateral is constantly rehypothecated. A single bad asset or Oracle update can drain all assets from the protocol. So instead, each deployment of Compound 3 features a single borrowable asset. When you supply collateral, it remains your property. It can never be withdrawn by other users except during liquidation. Capital efficiency increases too, and collateral is more useful when you know which asset is being borrowed ahead of time. The founder says the upgrade will make Compound cheaper, quicker, safer, and more capital efficient. Compound 3's first deployment, obviously, is what I've just said previously. Now, its all-time high was, in fact, $910.54. Currently, it is $56, so it is about 80% down or so. Now, in terms of total value locked within Compound protocols, they're saying roughly $2.3 billion, which is pretty staggering. And Compound is one of the single biggest backed cryptos in the space. You've got Coinbase, 3 Arrows is obviously gone, Polychain, Dragonfly, Alameda, Andreessen Horowitz, Pantera, and Paradigm. So massively utilized. And it's spread across multiple different platforms. Like if you type in Compound as an example, you see you've got Compound USD coin, Compound Kai, USDT, Compound Uni, Compound Basic Attention, OX, Augur. There's Ether. There's a staggering amount. Now, in terms of rewards are not good, to be fair. And maybe they'll improve over time. Maybe they will. But compared to some of the overall DeFi projects out there, Compound's poorer in terms of rewards, but they are established. They are strong in terms of backing. They are strong in terms of overall platform. The founder is often involved in discussions within the blockchain space, publicly invested in a number of different crypto platforms. And the community are heavily entrenched within Compound. The voting and the governance features that occur are pretty massive. So I like it as a concept. I think there are better protocols out there. But one thing I will say is they have a couple of things going for it. First of all, the circulating supply is freaking tiny compared to what's out there. 10 million ever is low. So even if it was to hit $1,000 a coin, that literally only puts it at a 10 billion market cap. And when you're expecting the DeFi, when you're expecting that in the next bull cycle, you're going to have Bitcoin at 100K, you're going to have Ethereum at 10K. Those two alone are going to have about a $2 trillion market cap each. You then got DeFi having another wave, as you're going to see institutions more heavily entrenched. I mean, I've already done videos talking about the fact that, whether it was State Street talking about the fact that institutions are getting in more and more and more. BlackRock already invested with Coinbase. You've got Citigroup. All these big institutions are getting in on crypto, and DeFi is going to be a real sensible way for them to increase exposure and earn some positive yield, which is what they can do with relatively minimal risk, particularly as they get insured on it. So Compound hitting 1,000 a coin is achievable. The only question is do they get usurped by the other DeFi platforms out there right now and the DeFi platforms that are going to be released? That's an interesting one, because it's very possible that a ton of different DeFi projects come out and are just so much better. The tech is better, the team is better, they're more heavily invested by VCs because VCs want to get in on the ground floor of crypto projects, and as a result, they pump like mad. That's what happened with Compound in a pretty short space of time. Can it hit $1,000? Maybe. Because DeFi for sure will have another very, very significant wave of investment over in the next bull cycle. And your blue chips, the OGs of DeFi, your Aves, your Compounds, your Synthetics, are going to have runs. They might have the strongest runs because they are the sort of grandparents of DeFi. So it's an interesting one. I'm not sure. The only thing that really sort of goes against Compound, I suppose, in terms of, is the yields aren't great, and month on month its performance has been a lot, like certainly since September, has been a lot worse than its, I suppose, nearest competitor, which is Aave. So it would have to do some serious work to sort of improve. I don't know. It's just sort of giving it some consideration, but I still think it's got a shot of 100K. Still think it's got 100K. I still think it's got a shot of a K, but I would expect Aave would have better gains in the next bull cycle, is my instinct. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. You found a compound? Do you think poor? Are you disappointed with the exploit that happened? Were you the person that exploited it? Well done. If you let me know in the comments down below. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell notification so you know when new content's coming out. And guys, obviously we're in a bear cycle and I'm buying like mad. I'm buying cryptos that I think are going to have the big gains for the next bull cycle. If you want to see the coins I'm buying up, the coins I think are going to have the big runs, come check out Copy My Crypto. You know, look at that spreadsheet. That spreadsheet is based on what I have invested in previously. If you want to see my investments now, if you want to make the same gains I do, take out all the work for you, and you can literally see exactly what I'm in on. Go to the site. If it resonates with you guys, I look forward to seeing you there. Take it easy.